What's up, everybody? Toby1 Shinobi here, and today I'm going to be talking about the most important skill that you can master in Halo Infinite. No, I am not talking about aiming, no, I am not talking about strafing, and no, I'm not talking about positioning. I am talking about teamwork. That's right, teamwork. Wow. Yeah, it's not that exciting sounding, but teamwork is the number one skill that you can master in Halo Infinite that is going to consistently allow you to win games. So teamwork is really what creates upsets and wins you games. You can frag out and be the most skilled player in the match all the time, but still continue to lose games. With excellent team play, you can have average mechanical skills, but yet win the majority of your games and your fights. So really I'm going to break this down into three main rules of teamwork that you need to follow in order to improve your overall skills and climb the ranks in Halo Infinite. The first rule is you're going to want to locate your team and keep a visual on them. The second rule is keep your teammates alive. And the third rule is stay alive for your team. Now, these three rules are not the entire overview of teamwork and all the necessary components, but they give you a solid foundation to build off of. So whenever you're running through the game, you can think of these three things. Locate your team, keep a visual on them. Keep your teammate alive, stay alive for your team. So let's jump into the first rule. Locating your team and keeping a visual on them. So the first time you spawn, you're going to want to look for your team. Normally you all spawn together, but you want to look for the route that your team's taking. First of all, you should be communicating what power weapons you're going for, what objectives you're going for and such, what angles you're trying to get. If you don't know that, if there's no one using mics, you need to be looking at where your team is headed and probably follow them. A lot of the times it's going to be more important to follow your teammates and keep them alive than securing, say, a power weapon. Because the chances are, if you go and try to secure that power weapon by yourself, you're going to get gunned down by the other team, unless you know that your team is watching your back. Alright, so let's start with rule number one. Locate your team and keep a visual on them. What do I mean by this? That means every time you spawn in, you should be looking around the map and locate all your alive teammates. Hit that scoreboard, check who's an X, check who's respawning right now and who's alive, and quickly go around, look for those teammates and get a visual on them as soon as you can. A lot of times you'll get in this routine of spawning in and immediately running towards the last known position of an enemy or a power weapon or something like that. But what that can result in is you pushing into a 1v1, a 1v2, or a 1v3 and dying, which ultimately hurts your team even more because that's a negative number and now they're fighting with one less person. So I encourage you not to go push out for that power weapon or push out to go try to finish a kill. Instead, lock on to your teammate, run to them so you can triangulate shots and help them take down opponents. So rule number two, keep your teammates alive. What do I mean by that? That means simply, number one, locate your team, keep a visual on them, but number two, do your damn best to keep them alive, because that is a huge thing. When you keep your teammate alive, keep them from dying, and you kill an opponent that's trying to kill them, you can look at that not as just a +1. Now you have a huge advantage in the fight because now you have an extra guy versus their team who's down a guy, and that allows you to win the next fight and possibly the next fight. So really, when you save someone's life, you're looking at a +2, +3 oftentimes, because you're going into that next engagement with an extra teammate by your side, which is just a huge advantage. So Halo Infinite is a numbers game. Because there's such a long time to kill in this game versus something like Call of Duty or even Destiny, there's not a lot of those moments where you're going to get a 1v2 and win, or a 1v3 and win. That very rarely happens unless you've got a power weapon. So in most cases, you're going to want to stay with your teammate and keep them alive, because if you can keep the numbers advantage, you are going to win most of your engagements. So number three, stay alive for your team. So just like number two, keeping your teammate alive, now you want to stay alive for your team. This goes back to keeping those numbers, keeping numbers strong. You want to stay alive for your team, because what happens when you get one shot and the enemy team is looking at you, you know what it feels like to get someone one shot and be watching them, and you just want to finish them. All you can think about is killing that dude. You want to get the angle and get the headshot on him or throw that grenade. And so your focus comes off of the other team that is now pelting you with bullets, and now you're going to maybe take a trade or even die trying to kill that person. So the longer that you can stay alive when you're one shot or in big trouble, It can open up huge opportunities for your team because now it gives them easy shots. People are putting themselves in dangerous positions to try to finish you, in which case your teammates can now shoot them. So turn that weakness into a strength by staying alive, taking very small peeks, throwing grenades, dancing around cover, things like ring around the rosy with someone, be evasive, slide around corners, jump over boxes, whatever you gotta do to survive, because every second that you survive is putting the other team in a disadvantage by putting them in awkward positions where they're getting shot by your teammates. And this goes back to number one, locate your team and keep a visual on them, because if they have a visual on you and you're one shot, that means they can cover you. If you don't have a visual on them, then they don't have a visual on you and they can't cover you. So always come back to rule number one, make sure you're not putting yourself in engagements where your teammate does not have a visual on you, because then you won't be able to stay alive for your team. You're just gonna get yourself in a crappy situation and get gunned down by one or two guys and not get any value from your life. So that's really it, guys. I just wanted to talk about teamwork and how important it is in this game, because honestly, when you see someone fragging out on the other team or on your team, oftentimes if you go back and watch them, it's because they're keeping a visual on their teammates and having their teammates keep a visual on them and keep them alive. They're maintaining numbers, going into fights with an advantage, or going into engagements with even bodies, but winning them because they use better team tactics. So honestly, I think the best way to improve your game is to become a better teammate. Keep an eye on your team, keep a visual on them, have them keep a visual on you, stay alive for your teammate, keep your teammates alive. I think that is going to significantly improve your game. Every time you spawn, if you have that mindset, you're going to see a positive KD spread, but more than that, you're going to win a lot more games because you are playing as a team and you are taking advantage of numbers. So yeah, I really hope that this video helps you out in some way and helps you become a better teammate, because ultimately I think that is the best way to climb the ranks in Halo Infinite. So I'll be putting out more Halo Infinite videos. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be putting out more content. Have a good day, guys. Good luck in the arena. Shinobi out.